So since yesterday morning, we've made a lot of progress on the wall. We are, I would say, 2/3 or even 3/4 done, which is really exciting. We've had a bunch of volunteers out over the course of the last 2 days, people coming in and out, and really excited to kind of see the progress, and also just tons of people from the community and the neighborhood coming by and being like, what is that? How does that work? How's that going to work in the winter? How's it watered? So it's been really fun to kind of explain the whole process to everybody, and a lot of people aren't familiar with these here, so it's been, I think, a whole learning process for the neighborhood. We're starting to get to the point where we're having to think about how many plants we have left of different things and what we might have extra of, so a little bit of the design might change based on where we have extra of certain plants and not enough of certain other plants. The process has been pretty smooth in terms of working with the actual pockets. The only unforeseen circumstance that we've encountered is just on and off rain. So earlier today when it was pouring, we kind of can't be up, especially up in the cherry picker, it's a little scary when there's wind and lightning and thunder. So that kind of set us back a little bit. But other than that, I think we're making really good progress, and I'm hopeful we'll be able to finish it today. The community reaction's been really great. It's been, a mix of, we've had, different people for each of the days that have been really kind and just brought us lunch to the site and laid it out on the picnic table. And so people have been finding different ways to help other people. Amber, who owns a tea shop, put out a whole thing of peppermint tea for everybody. And so there's been a lot of people coming out and helping in different ways. We borrowed the ladders from 2 other neighbors in the area. So, and then in addition to a lot of some people that live right around here that I've never even met before, that heard about it, that came out to volunteer. So it's also been a great way for us to just meet our neighbors. A lot of people have been really interested in this and doing living walls, so I think we might see a couple other living walls in the city after this. I think this is the first one in Cleveland, but I think after this, even our neighbors, the Intermuseum Conservation Association, have now expressed interest in doing one on their wall next door, so I think that's a possibility, and I think people are just really excited about it, so we might see some more popping up. I know that there's a couple of schools in the city that are experimenting with doing living walls with their students. One of our volunteers teaches a class and had his students that are seniors in high school making living walls. So I think, there's a lot of people that just think this is a really cool way to experiment and learn about gardening and planting. This project definitely would not have been possible without a grant from the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. And we also had a lot of assistance from the City of Cleveland and Ohio City Incorporated, which is the local CDC in our neighborhood, as well as just assistance from a lot of neighbors and friends around the area who've been super helpful.
My name is Mike. I own the retail tea shop on the corner. Heard about the living wall a couple of years ago. Marika has been talking about it, and we've been looking forward to it ever since. A lot of people have pulled over while driving, saying this looks incredible. The neighbors that we see all the time walking by without paying any attention to the building have stopped. And I mean, if you look at it, it looks wonderful. So it's really eye-catching, and everyone in the neighborhood notices, even the smallest changes, let alone a big one like this. So it's pretty exciting. It really improves the self-esteem of the community. A lot of times, for a lot of years, this community was ignored by the city and by passerbys and suburban people who would just drive past it and say, "Oh, you don't want to stop there." And it's always been wonderful. It's not changing that much. There's a lot of great people that have always been here. It's just this kind of stuff brings attention to the fact that this is a really tight-knit community. A lot of people have been talking about it, and it looks great, so it's helpful for the businesses, of course. Any kind of attention like this is positive. So we're excited about it from that aspect, but even more so just the fact that it's a unique wall for this community, and I've never really seen anything like it anywhere else, so really exciting.
My name is Gretchen Anderson. I live in the neighborhood. Well, I go to Cleveland Tea Revival and go there every day, and so they're doing this living wall, and I'm in the neighborhood every day, so I thought I'd help out because it'd be fun to take a look at and be part of it. I just found out these root wraps were made from a 100% recycled material. I think that's pretty exciting, and hopefully they'll be in stores so the general public can get them soon.
I am Adam Dunn, and I am a public school teacher at MC Squared High School, which is a STEM high school on the CMSD system. And we actually just did something very similar to this. We had our seniors build 4 living walls to learn about systems and the environment, and they are currently in our lobby right now, which is pretty sweet. So doing this on a large scale is pretty fun.
I'm Greg Smith. I'm a motion graphics animator, and I came over to volunteer, and I love plants. I love gardening. Usually when you garden, it's kind of like everyone kind of knows what's going on, but the moment you start putting plants on the side of a wall, people's eyes light up. It shows that what can be done with space that isn't really conventionally used for gardening. I find that people think of areas to garden as horizontal patches of land, not as much vertical. And in areas where there isn't a lot of area to go horizontally, you can take what you can vertically and garden there.
I'm Larry Ferrara. I'm new to Cleveland and new to Hingetown. I've been here a little bit over a year. It brings enthusiasm in, and it actually brings the community in. What I've been watching today is everybody's coming by, everybody's curious, and then everybody wants to actually be part of it. I've only heard of an actual living wall, and it's pretty amazing to watch how it was a few 2x4s and then some of this weird black recyclable. I mean, it's just interesting to be able to learn right here what a living wall is and then to kind of help plant it. Yeah, because I'm thinking of actually doing it on our garage wall, and it's amazing how it's just so easy to just open your mouth, and there's always somebody there who's got information. Everybody wants to either be part of it or actually help somebody be part of it. So I would say do it. Do anything, like here, you know.